Now, I know we talk a lot about the government, CIA, Pentagon, all of that, right? And how our trust with them has pretty much been broken. A lot of us have a lot of distrust. We just don't believe a lot that comes from those agencies. What about NASA? How do y'all feel about NASA? Do you believe everything that comes from them, every statement made, every press release put out, everything you hear about on the news? Do you believe everything? Well, we're going to check out some videos that's going to definitely make you think today. Let's go.
People are also unaware, for example, that nearly every astronaut NASA claims to have sent to space is actually a confirmed Freemason. John Glenn, two-time U.S. Senator and one of NASA's first astronauts, is a known Mason. Buzz Aldrin Jr., the second man to lie about walking on the moon, is an admitted ring-wearing, hand-sign-flashing, 33rd degree Mason from Montclair Lodge number 144 in New Jersey. Edgar Mitchell, another supposed moonwalker aboard Apollo 14, is an Order of Demolay Mason at Artesta Lodge number 29 in New Mexico. James Irwin of Apollo 15, the last man to lie about walking on the moon, was a Tejon Lodge number 104 member in Colorado Springs. Don Eisel on Apollo 7 was a member of the Luther B. Turner Lodge number 732 in Ohio. Gordon Cooper, aboard Mercury 9 and Gemini 5, was a Master Mason in Carbondale Lodge number 82 in Colorado. Virgil Grissom, on Apollo 1, Mercury 5, and Gemini 3, was a Master Mason from Mitchell Lodge number 228 in Indiana. Walter Schirra Jr., on Apollo 7, Sigma 7, Gemini 6, and Mercury 8, was a 33rd degree Mason at Canaveral Lodge number 339 in Florida. Thomas Stafford, on Apollo 10 and 18, Gemini 7 and 9, is a Mason at Western Star Lodge number 138 in Oklahoma. Paul Weitz on Skylab 2 and Challenger is from Lawrence Lodge number 708 in Pennsylvania. NASA astronauts Neil Armstrong, Alan Shepard, William Pogue, Vance Brand, and Anthony England all had fathers who were Freemasons. And C. Fred Kleinecht, the head of NASA during the Apollo program, shortly afterwards became the sovereign Grand Commander of the 33rd degree of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The amount of astronauts known to be Freemasons, or from Freemasonic families, is far beyond coincidence, and should raise serious suspicion from any sovereign-minded skeptic.
Okay. Now, this hearing that, is there any way we can confirm that? You know what I mean? I can't just take his word for it, because throughout the whole video, you can tell he clearly doesn't believe we stepped foot on the moon by anyone, bro. You can hear it in him. But is there any way we can verify that all of these quote-unquote astronauts were alleged Freemasons? How can we figure that out? I don't even think it's a way to possibly do that, is it? I need to know. Why? And then that poses the question, why would they only choose astronauts from a secret society? So I know people are going to be like, their response is going to be like, because they felt like these people could keep a secret when it comes down to the whole faking of the moon landing. They know the risk of being caught telling about what happened. Some people believe that when you're in those secret societies, bro, a sure way to get put out of them is talking about what goes down. It's like Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club. You don't talk about what happens in Fight Club, right? So, man, that right there could send you down a rabbit hole. Just trying to figure out why potentially why so many NASA astronauts could be Freemasons. That's interesting.
I just found some very entertaining information. I think y'all gonna want to hear this whole message. So if y'all see the image that is behind me, this is what's supposed to go down on October the 14th, which is known as the Ring of Fire. Do you guys know what else is supposed to be going down on October the 14th? To study the atmosphere, NASA rocket will fly into October's eclipse shadow. Please, listen to the whole message. And as y'all can see, October the 14th. It's known as atmospheric perturbation around the eclipse path. Or, so me being who I am, I just decided to look up what the does Apep mean? Or Apep. And I done came across some strange stuff, my boy. Apep, known as Apophis in Greek, was an Egyptian god of chaos. Apep was the polar opposite of the godly personification of order, Ma'at. The chief enemy of the kings of the gods, the sun god Ra. He took the form of a great snake. The Egyptians believed that the sun was Ra, traveling along a boat in the heavens. Pretty interesting name, if you ask me, for a mission. Now I could be wrong. Atmosis, like they said, that's the name of the mission. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, stuff like that intrigues me too. I would definitely want to research, especially when you see words like Apep. What is that? What that would ring out in my mind and be like, okay, we need to figure out what that is. And then when you go and you see like God of Chaos, and then you do further research into it and see what it could potentially mean. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. You have to figure out what's going on, because they just throw things out and they count on us being so wrapped up in our lives that we're not going to pay attention to it. You know what I mean? We're so wrapped up in what we got going on that we don't stop and research and look. They're counting on that, bro. Like, shout outs to this dude right here, man. Apep and all that he's found. And it's probably even some more deeper meanings than it could mean. Could be on some like apocalypse type stuff. We gotta pay attention, man. You gotta like listen, keep your ears and stay woke. I know that's a term being tossed around that everybody ain't too fond of right now, but you still gotta stay woke in a sense.
And let's see just how evil NASA is. First, we're gonna look at Earth's orbital speed around the sun. How fast does Earth move around the sun? 66,600 miles per hour, speed of the globe's orbit. Next, curvature in 1 mile squared. According to Pythagorean theorem, 0.67 feet of drop. 8 inches converted to feet is 0.66667 feet. Curvature in 1 mile squared, check. Earth's axial tilt, 23.4. But when you take 23.4 and subtract it from 90, a right angle, you get, believe it or not, 66.6. Again, axial tilt confirmed. Now let's take a look at the Antarctic and Arctic circles. Oh, would you like that? 66.6 degrees north and 66.6 degrees south. Now let's go over the diameter of the moon. This is a new one, I actually didn't know. It's 2,160 miles, but you take 6 times 6 times 6, there you go, 2160. The surface temperature of Uranus, oh, there you go, negative 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6, 216. Oh, you thought we were done. Let's do Pluto's orbital velocity. Scroll down here. Oh, there we go. 666. Good morning.
Now, I must caution you when you see videos like this, man. You know what I mean? Because they used to get me too. But then when you go back and you really look and compare the information they gave with the actual information that you get when you look it up, you'll see that there's a difference. I don't know about this one here because I haven't looked it up. But in my experience in the past, when I've looked up stuff like this, it's been not true. So I got to share that experience with y'all. You know what I mean? When I see this, it automatically raises red flags for me because of past experiences, man. So we need to look before we be like, oh, whoa. And then I often think about like, okay, who sat around and did that and came up with that and verified that? Yeah, do you think that person's reputable? But like I said, do your due diligence on that right there before you go to saying, oh my gosh, and just start spreading this video out to everybody.
That their techniques just keep getting a little bit better and better with the times.
What is this? What is this? Are you serious?
Yeah, this is supposed to be this craft here, this thing that went up on this balloon, and it's got all these cameras on it and everything. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor.
Right.
Oh yeah, but then this guy's supposedly up there, and the balloon goes up, and then this is the view that he gets.
What?
It's like, what?
Come on.
But again, this is just in line with the technology at the time, and this is exactly what people would believe. I mean, imagine if we were 50 years ago and we were shown this, we would be like, wow, that must be what space looks like. And so you just kind of move along with the times, and then if you look at how terrible the the mirror looks.
Listen, man, that thing looked like how the rappers are all enamored with like Rolls Royces and things like that. They had the stars in the ceiling and stuff like that. Or in my kid's bedroom, you know what I mean? When he was younger, we put like all the stars and different things on the ceiling for him at night, so it give the illusion of the sky and stuff. That's what that looks like to me. Come on, man. Are y'all serious? Like, come on, man. Moving on. Like, it's no reason for us to spend any more time on this right here.
NASA wakes up the Kraken. In 1964, NASA dispatched an expert team to the sea to investigate reports of unusual phenomena off the coast. Initially suspecting geothermal activity, they discovered something far more terrifying. By the third day, some crew members felt uneasy due to eerie sounds from the depths outside the vessel. On the fourth day, they followed the enigmatic sounds to a massive underwater cave spanning 2 miles, believed to be deeper than the Mariana Trench. Inside the cave, they began sensing vibrations, but something felt different this time. As the crew ventured further into the cave's depths, the sounds grew louder, and the submarine trembled. On the 6th day, Robert Ferris, a respected sailor, looked out of a small submarine window and saw nothing but murky water. Suddenly, he spotted an enormous glowing blue eyeball in the distance. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before, far too large to be a normal creature. Ferris quickly informed Captain Phillips about his astonishing sighting. In response, Captain Phillips ordered an immediate evacuation of the cave. Just as they were about to leave, Captain Phillips urgently radioed NASA control on the coastline, his voice filled with panic. It's coming, help! Just before the communication was cut off, a deep growling sound could be heard. Over the next 60 years, NASA tried to hide their discoveries. What do you think they encountered down there, and why do you believe they refused to return?
Now, stories like this, do I believe that this particular incident took place? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? A lot of people make up outlandish stories these days. What can you expect? But what does that say also? Because I feel like some of these agencies, NASA included, they put out stories and different things like that. They lie to us. They do. But when it comes to the Kraken, stuff like Kraken and Megalodon, like, I'm still of the belief that something could be potentially out there. We have not discovered everything yet. So something can be, have we found it yet? No, I don't think so. Is it out there? Possibly. One day something could happen. The plates shift, tectonic plates shift, something happens, something gets moved, something opens up, something gets released. And then I think we start seeing some of these things that have been myth and people believe are myths and different things like that. I think they'll present themselves after something catastrophic happens. And I think a earthquake or, you know what I mean? Something like that could shift, open up. Something like the Mariana Trench opens up even more and you start seeing certain things that you hadn't seen before. I think something like that has to take place before we start seeing it. But that still doesn't mean I'm just going to randomly hop in a submersible and go down there and start exploring. I ain't that stupid. No, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to anybody who has or anybody who lost their lives. We still sending prayers to those families. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I'm not getting in no submersible.
This is what you get when someone besides NASA or FakeX sends something up in the sky. You don't live on a bowl in a vacuum. Wake up.
This type of video would make a flat earther mad. And they'll poke holes all throughout that video right there, right? They'll be like, oh man, was no stars in the background? How is that even possible? This, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Instead of enjoying what you're seeing. I enjoy videos like that. You know what I mean? Because the reason why I enjoy it, even though this dude is saying, you know, this is what you get when someone besides NASA or fake X, I think that was a shot at SpaceX, sends something up in the sky. You don't live on a ball in a vacuum. Wake up. But I enjoy that, man. You were able to see like the curves, the curvature of the earth. You were able to see different things, man, from those type of views. That's always fascinating to me. Always fascinating to me to see that type of stuff, bro. You know what I mean? But that right there will cause an argument with a flat earther, bro. He is not going for that at all. That's just as fake as it comes to them. You know what I mean? Salute to them. I like having conversations with people who believe the earth is flat.
Reality fell as the ISS astronaut on the left grabs nothing from the other astronaut and sets nothing down. I love the guy in the background that is zooming around here on a harness back and forth. This wasn't a good day for NASA. And I think I just caught a new mistake. Maybe someone else has already pointed it out. But do you remember this disappearing astronaut? It's a continual shot. And so the naysayers can't claim that it's just splicing two clips together. But here's a similar one, just not as obvious. Do you see how his foot becomes see-through? Anyways, I could go on for days on all the space fakery from all the different nations. Unmistakable, permed hair that flows nothing like it should in a zero-G environment. Bubbles in space, repeated CGI mistakes.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Even though I'm a person of the belief that we went to space. And you know what I mean? I hold that to me, to near and dear to me, that we went, they experienced that, they relayed back the information of what they were seeing. They went through that whole thing. I believe that. That's my belief. Now, you could believe that it didn't happen. That's your belief, right? I cannot lie, though. When I watched this video, though, it did look like that man floating in the back. It did look like he was on a harness, bro. You know what I mean? It did look like that. I'm a realist, fam. I can't help what I see. That did look like that. Does that change my belief? No. But at the same time, I can't deny what my eyes are seeing. That did look like his shirt was being held by a harness. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know what y'all thought about that clip right there. You know what I mean? As far as the hair goes, I don't know. I would have to dig a little further into that to see how your hair would react and respond in zero gravity situations. You know what I mean? How would your hair be? And then go back and look at her hair and how it is to be able to tell, you know?
Does anyone want to tell me how in 1927 Universal Studios came up with this picture of the world when the first picture of the world wasn't available until the 1960s through NASA? Almost 40 years later? How did Universal Studios know that this is what the world looked like? Especially from space when we hadn't been to space yet. Does anyone know? Anyone want to guess?
Well, no, they could have probably assumed from what they, and this is just me giving an explanation. I know everybody's going to come at me for it, but it is what it is, right? They probably assumed that looking at like the moon in the sky and assume that's possibly what the earth looked like, just based upon seeing the moon or the sun or something like that. They probably looked at that and was like, wow, that's probably what we look like if we were standing on the moon. We'd probably be able to look at our earth and see that. I don't know. How else? And then let's not forget, this was what? He said, how did they know in 1927? Bro, how far do we go back? Does anybody know how far we go back as far as them exploring space? How far do we go back? Look that up. Because I don't think we know how far we go back. I don't think we know. Like, ancient civilizations were very well now they had a lot of knowledge about what was going on in space and different things like that. So I'm hearing. But who's to say that's truth or not? Like, we've got to really dig deep, man, and sift through a lot of the lies, unfortunately, that we've been told. We've been told a lot of lies. And for some people, it hurts to hear that they've been told a lot of lies and to unlearn a lot of the things that we were fed and spoon-fed in our younger years. We were given a lot of bad information. So we got to figure out how far it goes back to our exploration of space. We got to figure that out.
100,000 miles in circumference, there would still be a calculable, measurable curvature that just isn't there. The only place curvature exists is in NASA photos and videos, and those can be proven to be CGI fakes. And the early ones were literally taken through a round window to make the Earth appear round. Literally taken through a round window to make the Earth appear round.
This is a shot from 130,000 miles out. I guess it's from approaching. It's from approaching the moon, looking back at the Earth. If that's the Earth, is that like another spacecraft?
No. But I have no idea what that is. It's some aberration on the film of some sort. Oh, those are shadows, I think. Or reflections, probably reflections that are just reflecting.
Run that back again so we get another shot of it.
Okay, turn off the camera. Your interview is done. I've given you all the time I'm going to give you.
Okie dokie. Good to meet you.
I don't say it's a pleasure.
Understand.
Please get your out of my house.
Okay.
And you came here under false pretenses.
Lying about going to the moon is a satanic lie of gigantic proportion. We have a video camera running if you want to do it.
Right.
That would be great footage for us. See you later.
Yo, y'all gotta chill, man. Y'all gotta chill, bro. It's cool to have these debates online, but some people take it too far. Too far. You know what I mean? I get you're trying to get the answers for the people. That's all well and fine, man. You know what I mean? But do it the right way. Do it the right way, fam. Y'all putting yourself in some compromised and harmful situations, man, that is no. We all want the truth. I want the truth just as much as anybody else, bro. You know what I mean? And if I'm wrong, I want the truth so I can be right. I ain't just doing this just to be out here doing it. No, I'm looking into this stuff because I'm just like you. I'm searching for the truth. Can I find the truth? Do it the right way, bro. You know what I mean? But yes, I would love to talk to some of these older astronauts and some of these people, because I feel like if you talk to them long enough, then you'll find out the truth. A lie is hard to maintain. It's hard to maintain. So all you got to do is just like an interrogation. If there's a lie in there, you just get them to keep talking. Eventually, you'll get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? And these astronauts are the ones with the answers. The ones that were alive around those times. You know what I mean? The ones that were alive around those times, if they're still living. That's why I say, to me, it's hard to believe that they didn't go, because who could keep a secret for that long? Who? You don't know 5 people in your circle of friends that can tell the truth, all of them, without telling a lie. Or not even that, who can keep a secret long enough. In your circle of friends, there's one of your friends that you know, if you tell that person something, it's gonna get out. Sorry. So for that to be kept a secret this long, don't you find that just a bit odd? I don't know. But Hey man, this is gonna be a debate that's around for years. I fall on the side I fall on, you fall on the side you fall on. Let's continue to have a healthy debate and not provoke somebody into situations like that dude just did, fam. You're in somebody's home. Bro, that could have went way left. Way left. Like, keep it smart. Y'all keep it safe as well. Y'all can at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this video. The next one, I'm gone.